Morning, guys. I'm making this video because I just woke up and it's currently 2 a.m. in the morning. I don't know if this is gonna focus. But yeah, whatever, it's 2:23 in the morning. And I just woke up. I had a really weird dream that I'm gonna share with you. Because it's, I still remember it, with dreams, if you let it, if a few hours pass, you kind of forget things that happen. So my dream was, I was working in a charity shop, and I was there with my girlfriend, which I don't know who she was, and another girl, and we were in a room, and that room had a really weird window. It was a large window that you can actually fit through, but it had a second part of it that made it not as wide. I mean, you can close it halfway or something. And someone knocked on the window, and my girlfriend opened, and there was a guy that handed in a bag, and apparently it was a bag of cocaine. And yeah, he handed it in to my girlfriend. It's like she knew what's going on. It was really weird. And then he left. I started shouting at him. I was like, "Hey, what the fuck? Come back here." And I remember going underneath the window to actually get out, and I managed to sneeze my entire body like through the window and get outside of the building. And he walked up to his car, and by the time I was still like arrogantly screaming, like roaring and he opened his car, he took something out, and then he pointed a gun at me. And at that time to be honest, I got scared. I was like, whoa, shit, dude, chill. Do whatever, just don't shoot, it's fine. And yeah, he didn't. He told me to get back in the building and pretend this never happened. And I was like, cool, whoa, whatever, just don't shoot. Yeah. So I went back, and I was like, what the actual fuck? And they were asking me if I'm okay and so on. Yeah, and all of a sudden the dream kind of ended and shifted elsewhere. So I was with the same group of people, same thing has happened. So it was like, I think 20 or 30 minutes later, and I was in a car, and I remember that the handbrake was not on my side, either like England left or right or whatever. It was in between my legs. So where the seat was, the handbrake was exactly in between my legs. And I was trying to park the car, but the road was actually going down the hill or something. Yeah. And I remember pulling the handbrake to the actual top, pressing the pedals, but the car didn't want to stop. And whenever I was parking it, I was hitting the car in front of me. And that was weird. And these two girls were still with me in the car, and they were like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, I'm telling you, it can't go any further than this. So it's like stuck, and it doesn't want to stop. And my girlfriend pulls it slightly higher. I don't know how she manages, and the car slows down a bit more, but it's still not enough to actually stop it from going down. And eventually we take some other road, and we managed to park the car properly. And we're going back to the charity shop. The incident from earlier happened, and right now it was before it was an actual working shop, but now that we came back the second time, it was like everything was sold out and the shop was about to close, and there was just one row of clothes that had to sell, and then that's it. The store is done. And I remember like seeing the person like steaming the clothes and putting them on another rail, and there were a few, like 2 or 3 people like looking through the clothes to buy something. And I remember buying something from them, but it wasn't a piece of clothing. It was some kind of art thing. I'm not really sure what it was. I don't really remember. And with them, when you buy something, they give you this piece of paper. It's a really small one that you're gonna put your name or and date, and they're gonna put a stamp on it. That's how it worked. I know that's not how it usually works, but that's how it worked in my dream. And then I got this thing, and I had to walk to reception or something, like the checkout point, to get this stamp and to put in the date and everything. And I remember leaving that room, and I saw that guy earlier with the gun walking past me. I'm like, whoa. He was in a white shirt with a black apron, and he was a waiter. And outside the charity shop there was some kind of event. Looked like a wedding. A lot of people gathered on island tables, and it was, yeah, he was one of the waiters. Like, what the actual fuck? And yeah, I was kind of scared because I thought he had a gun in him. So yeah, if you interfere, he's gonna pull out the gun, he's gonna shoot me, and I didn't want to die at the time. I'm like, whoa. So I was trying to avoid him, but at the end he saw me. And the thing with that guy, I'm big, and he's short, balded, like beard of 2-3 days. He's not like muscular or anything, and he looks like just a normal dealer, I guess. I don't know. And yeah, he pulled me to one side, and I started explaining why I'm there, that I'm trying to get this signed and so on. So he didn't ask me shit, but I was like, no, listen, I didn't came to like deal with you from earlier. I came to do this and that. But he looked like he didn't care, and I saw him thinking something through. I wasn't really sure what was on his mind, but he pulled out a gun, and I was like, fuck. And because he was holding me like this, so no, I was holding him like this, and he was holding my neck or my back. I don't really know. And I thought that he's gonna pull out the gun and he's gonna shoot me in the head or chest or something. But that was not the case. He shot the gun twice in the ground, I guess, to get everybody's attention. Then he passed it to me, and I was like, I took it just so it's not in him. I took it, yeah, and two police officers came over, but no, so I took the gun, and then he handed me a jar of some kind of white substance, but I was so like scared or out of control in a way that I didn't really think what I was doing. I didn't really think it through, yeah. So I took the gun, I took the thing, and I was like, and a guy walked out of the building, and he was like, throw the gun, and I just threw the gun on the ground. So the police officer came over and they were like, "What's the meaning of this?" And that guy's mouth was bleeding. I don't know what happened, how it happened, but his mouth was bleeding and he was spitting blood on the floor. And yeah, they asked me what happened. I started explaining, but they said they didn't care. That I'm gonna have the opportunity to speak my truth in court or something. And yeah, actually at that time, not earlier, at that time he gave me the jar with apparently cocaine, and he was like, "Don't let them take this from me." He acted as a victim in a way, and it was like, "Oh yeah, so now I'm selling cocaine. Is that what you're trying to do me for?" I was like, don't let him take the cocaine from me, and yeah, I got handcuffed and taken out of the building, and I woke up. So that was my fucking ass weird dream. Sorry for the cursing. What I just remembered though is earlier when I told you that I went through the window to follow him, to deal with him, and then he went to his car and pulled out a gun on me and pointed in my way. He actually turned, grabbed the gun by the you think you shoot from, I don't know, and he tossed it to me. And I was like, whoa. And then he took out another one and he tossed it at me. So 2 guns. As far as I remember, they weren't loaded. They were just actual guns but with no ammo in them. And then he pulled out a third one, and that's when he faced it at me. I was like, go back in the building and pretend this never happened. So that was my dream, and I think, yeah, I fell asleep around 10. I woke up at 12, and then this dream happened from 12 to 2. And I was sat for 20 minutes just thinking over it and what actually happened. Yeah, I decided to make this 12-13 minute long video. If you have any weird dreams, anything like that you think is gonna like actually has an effect, put it down in the comments. Let's see what you got. I think that kind of dreams are some kind of sign, to be honest, because a week ago I dreamed about a dream. Obviously it was about zombie apocalypse or something, and the same, so it was like a movie. The dream was going on for like 2-3 hours, and then I woke up, and the next day when I went to sleep I started dreaming for the exact point that the dream ended the night before, and continued dreaming. It was like a story that it was something had to happen, and because I got disturbed and I woke up the next day, I came back into the dream to finish it. So that was a bit weird. I was like, whoa, what the actual. But yeah, dreams, man, weird stuff, and you pretty much can't control them. Well, most of them reflect what, as far as I know, they reflect some kind of cues that you've picked up through the day. For example, I was working in a charity shop recently, so probably that's how I got it. But this gun thing, I don't know where I picked it from. But yeah, weird stuff. Okay, guys, it's 2:36. I'll probably eat something. Yeah, and have a good night. See you in the next vlog, in the next video.